This video is the second part of my aiming guide. It contains my warm-up routine and the general way of practicing aim within Valorant. What I do is start with slow flicks. My focus is to try to get as close as I can to 100% accuracy, while I'm increasing speed slightly with every kill. If I miss, I slow down a little bit. There is no shame in missing. After all, I just got on the game. The point isn't to make yourself be as fast as possible, you want to be as accurate as possible after all. So starting slow and then going fast is great. Maybe you heard the saying, smooth is slow, smooth is fast. That means that if you start smoothly and then you build up your speed, you're eventually gonna be both smooth and fast. After I feel like my aim is decent, I'm gonna move back to the main platform and I'm going to introduce movement as well. This is to add a little bit of challenge, but also to warm up my movement as well. I do this for just a few bots, like I kill 20 or 30 bots. I don't wanna overdo things because warm up really shouldn't take too long. If it takes 30 minutes to warm up, that's just not efficient. If it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to do the range thing, then that's it, ideal. After that, I wanna go to eliminate 100 bots and I just do the run. It doesn't matter how much it takes me. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes in the worst days, sometimes it takes like 90 seconds. This one is very RNG based, so I really wouldn't stress that much. Again, I just want to get 100% accuracy, try to make my movements as smooth as possible, try to kill these bots. This is just really about it. There's nothing too complicated, you just wanna kill 100 bots, and after that I hop into deathmatch. That's where the real fun begins, because that's where you actually have a learning objective. Having a learning objective makes things a bit different and a lot more efficient. But again, warming up in range, where it's 100% isolated, is a decent warm-up. But I wouldn't use it as a main practice tool, just as a pure warm-up tool. That's because there is no pressure when you are practicing in range. Well, you could argue that using aim trainers, which the next video is about, also has no pressure. And that is completely true. But the main difference is that in aim trainers you isolate aim training. In deathmatch you cannot do that. In deathmatch you also have to worry about movement, you have to worry about even crosshair placement, sound maybe, if you play with sound. So that's why aim trainers are still efficient, it's because you can isolate. But you cannot do that in deathmatch. You have to focus on more things. If you approach deathmatch correctly, you can improve aim still. So let's actually jump into a deathmatch and talk about that. Okay, and we're in. So basically, if you just want to warm up, you wanna go for 1 taps with Vandal for 1 or 2 deathmatches. So in total, including range, your overall warm-up time shouldn't be more than 20 minutes or so. If you intend to do a full practice routine, however, then you have to do things a little bit differently. You have to pick up a learning objective, as I've mentioned. You can do many things, but here are some things that you can try and which I personally do from time to time. Vandal 1 taps. This one was the one that I mentioned during warm-up. This is the best way to improve your aim by only using in-game tools. If you don't count in learning crosshair placement, of course. Focusing on movement and practice short bursts. This is what I'm doing in the background DM, and I highly recommend you do this most of the time if you want to improve your general mechanics. You can try to focus on crosshair placement, however I do not recommend doing that, with the exception of holding your crosshair at head height. This is because people play really weird and unrealistic angles. So don't pre-aim at all if possible, just keep your crosshair at head high and that should be good enough. You can practice specific weapons as well, such as Sheriff, Guardian, Operator being the more popular ones. I personally do not really do that, because I can get the weapon feel by playing the range. But if this works for you, well, there's no reason to not try it, right? Besides learning objectives, there is one more thing to note. You are supposed to be in a high pressure environment, but do not care about your performance. You might have noticed that my background gameplay isn't that great, but you need to keep in mind that this is the first deathmatch of the day, so there's no way I can perform at 100%. And after that, you gotta realize as well that deathmatch is random. It it has random spawns, people pray randomly, so there's no reason to care about performance. You just want to improve your mechanics at the end of the day. Winning the DM also doesn't matter because you are not getting anything. There's a ginormous difference between winning a deathmatch and winning an actual competitive game, so why care? There's no reason to get tilted as well, because you're not losing anything. Like, I know that there is some hidden MMR for a deathmatch as well, but do you really care about that? Like, even if people kill you from behind and stuff, there's no reason to get mad, because deathmatch helps you. Some people do complain that, you know, it doesn't help you because people camp and all that, but I never really get the problem with that. If you already know where someone is, then you can just kill him, right? What I wanna get across is that deathmatch is just Valorant gunplay. There's nothing else to it. You should just play, practice, do your job. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You just want to practice. Speaking of which, if you wanna do an actual full practice routine, I recommend that you do about an hour a day, up to 2 hours. 2 hours is a bit much, so 1 hour is more than enough, but if you really want to improve your mechanics, 2 hours is probably gonna be a little bit better, but it does have diminishing returns, so don't overdo it. Just like practice range, do not overdo deathmatch. After all, you learn more from playing the actual game, and after all, ROAM is just a tiny part of Valorant. You only need to care about it as long as it drags you down. If your aim is on par with your current skill level, you should focus on other areas either way. For example, I don't really DM for like an hour a day anymore because my aim is there now. I just practice for about 10 to 20 minutes. I basically just do a warm-up, and after that I actually go and play the main game. So if you feel that your aim is actually not that bad, maybe you don't want to play deathmatch, maybe you just want to use it as a warm-up tool, you maybe don't want to practice. That's obviously up to you, and you have to decide whether or not it's worth to practice mechanics more, or you should practice more game sets by playing more games. And that's really about it. There isn't that much you can do with in-game when it comes to raw aim. Next video, as I've said, is gonna be about aim trainers, so stay tuned about that, because if you wanna improve your raw aim trainers in my opinion do a much better job than playing deathmatch. However, deathmatch is great for movement, and if you wanna improve movement, I've also got a video on that. That's about it. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.